Hello, this is Lasha from High Voltage. Hi, Sarah. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is why I am actually enjoying that. Where do I look? Where do I look? Seriously. I have to work tonight, so I have to go take a shower very, very shortly. I still have to post my exercises because I did accomplish those. I wanted to talk about why I'm enjoying the fact that this is a slower growing channel. You know, people say that if you don't reach, this isn't my language, okay? This is the language that YouTube uses. This is the language that successful YouTubers use. And this is the language that small YouTubers use. Look at the Sidley twins. They started out after me, and they're at almost 100,000 subscribers. That's a lot of people. And I've been doing this for a year, and I have 3 channels, which I've shared, you all know, and if you want to know, they're on the community page. But in totality, if I were to add up the 3 channels, it's something like 150 or 142 full souls away from the monetization. And I remember when I first started this channel, I did one video. What was I talking about? I always talk about what a great memory I have. I was talking about Lady Colin Campbell. And somebody said, you're just doing that for clickbait. You're just doing this to make money. And her name was June. I remember that. And I did a couple of shorts and said, yeah, well, of course, of course I'm doing this to get, gotta go scrub my hands too. Honest to goodness. But I remember her, well, anybody who starts a YouTube channel is obviously doing it to make money. So good for them, And so what? I couldn't understand, first of all, why people said that, because does anybody question Sean Atwood or Andrew Gold or Diary of a CEO? But what I was going to say is I have to scrub my hands because it's amazing the medication that I have to put on Sophie for her paws, plus the antibiotics, plus her exercise, plus my mom's still sleeping because she went to bed too late last night, and I've got a really good video of her and I that was just a couple of days ago, and it's on Ellen L Soul Sisters. So if you want to catch that video of Mom and I, it's a short and it's really funny. She's pretending she's beating me up, but she's not, and we just play act. So a lot of you think my mom's hilarious, and she is. She just doesn't always want to come on when I do. Now, I'm not saying that I want to take 10 years to get to 1,000 people. No. As it sits right now, 367 people have taken the time out of their life since I started this channel in December, and I am absolutely flattered and amazed. The 292 people that joined in 6 months, I was absolutely flabbergasted. I have TikTok and Instagram, but I don't know how to connect all of that. Everybody keeps telling me to get a TikTok account and it'll promote the YouTube channel and so on. And the reason I started this channel, for those of you that know me, fly by this part. The reason I started the channel is because I was injured by a surgeon in a surgery where I shouldn't have been injured. As a result of that injury, A year went by where I was unable to walk. It's a horror story, but I'm writing it on paper so I don't have to regurgitate it verbally anymore. I'm going on a walk from Beamsville to Ottawa, and I'm trying to build this as a charity because I want to change the legislation in Canada. So if a doctor or a surgeon doesn't say, look, I made a mistake, this surgery needs to be redone, or A, B, and C could happen, infection, I beg to wonder what would have happened if I didn't leave him, the surgeon, and it was 6 months later. And then I had to wait. It was an emergency. Listen, I'm writing it out. So I started the channel for that, because what they did was they threw me on disability, and then because I was on disability and physio, it was his error. He didn't say anything. You have to go to my videos and watch them to understand the full story. You really do. You need to go to Lasha Rajenko and start from the beginning. But if you want to know right away, go to change.org. Go to the search button, and search LASHAROJENKO. Read it. Look at the damage. The insurance companies should be responsible for the recovery based on income, especially if the surgeon doesn't frickin' say anything. Do you know a 3-month surgery? My friend told me he had a friend who was 74 who did the same thing as me. He broke his femur and he was up and walking in 3 months. Like, no muscle loss. No, I was in a wheelchair for a fucking year. And people live that way. See, this is beyond me now, because this happened 7 years ago, October the 28th of 2017, and this is June the 1st of 2024. And that's why, today has to be the difference, because I need to start growing this channel now. Because when I take that walk from Beamsville to Ottawa, I'm still looking for Beaver Tails to sponsor me. And that takes money. And the first $200 I promised is going to, it's a friend in Africa and they need the money, okay? And there's nothing I can do for him or his family. And he's very dear to my heart. I know people that need equipment that can't afford it, like my mom. And I have 2 neighbors where I lived on Concord that have nothing, that need help. And then there's the community of Beamsville. So I'm trying to start a grassroots charity so that I'm making money simply from Google only. Like, I might put super thanks up there, but I mean, every channel has that. And I don't donate a lot, but you know, I've been watching Sean Atwood for 7 years, Andrew Gold for around the same time, and those guys literally saved my life when I was in that wheelchair, because their interviews and their enthusiasm for life and the stories they would cover would give me strength. in turn, my strength would give other people strength, and strength negates strength, and on and on and on. So that's why I'm doing this. So a slow growing channel can be great for a lot of reasons, because if you're that quick to make money, I get that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I think that Cheer Denise, who she started the same time I did, she reads books. That's originally what I started to do, but I wasn't good at it. So I was trying to figure out all year, well, what am I good at? I am good at putting commentaries together if I stay on track, which I learned from Judith and Pajamas. If I read a book and I'm into it, and I learned this from Pajamas and Sophie and Judith and Sarah, I'm good at it. The dancing I do because I can't believe it. And I'm going to be 53, so I'm not a spring chicken here. I'm not doing this for shits, giggles, or fame. I want to bring in the money as a charity to give to people that need it, but prove that I do that by literally giving people the money and them not even knowing that I'm coming. That's what I'm working toward. And it might sound cheesy to people, but when you work hard and 367 people take time out of their life for you, to me, it's just as much as 1 million. Except the only problem is Google standards, 1,000, to me, that's a lot of people. I don't like it on shows at the end when people, and I've said this in other videos, one of my favorite channels does this, and it really bothers me. And I never, actually no, I sent her money once because her channel helped save my life because she's a therapist. So I would go on her channel in my worst, darkest days, and YouTube is what brought me through. That's why I wanted to be a part of it. So it's slow moving, but I get to know people. But what I wanted to tell you about my memory, I'm ready to pick up now, because when I worked at Jenny Craig, and I worked there for almost 20 years of my life, my boss's name was Vera, and this was at the Hamilton Center. I used to consult 30 women a day. And I remember I never used to put their phone numbers in the tool, they would call it. It was a big piece of paper, okay? And you had to write down everybody's name and their phone number for their next week consultation. Well, I would always do it 5 weeks ahead of time, because the clients and I didn't like to look at people that way. The people that I was trying to help and Jenny Craig was trying to scam, right? But you know what's so funny, because I did do the right thing and because I loved these women, my food dollar average was the highest in the region. But I never knew and never cared. All I cared about were the people. And the paychecks helped me pay for my mortgage when my mom was sick. And I worked 2 jobs from 21 to 27. So it blows me away sometimes that people don't understand that at this age and what I've been through. No, I don't work a lot. I can't. I'm a little strange. I don't fit in everywhere, but I'm working on it. However, so I'm ready for the charity. Vera used to get upset with me because I would never write down anybody's phone number. And I said, but I called all of them already. And there was a receptionist named Gloria. And it's funny because Mike Cotton's grandmother, Mike Cotton's a drummer, his grandmother worked at Jenny Craig with me, Sherry, and I did not know that was Mike Cotton's grandmother, Sherry. At any rate, that's a really it's a small world, obviously, where you live. But at any rate, one day Vera sat at the computer and made me read out all of my clients' names and their phone numbers. And there were 35 people on the books. For almost every day except Saturday, there were 22 or 20, because we worked half days on Saturdays. And she actually sat there and made me go through the whole week. Now remember, I worked 5 days a week there, so there were so every Monday there were different people. Every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there were different people every week, because people came in every week on the same day, right? So I read off everybody's name and everybody's phone number for an entire week. And I remember the first one was Marion McGuire, and it was 5649392. So what I'm saying is, when people comment, I don't forget. I write people's name down on a mirror, but I've run out of mirrors and ruined one. So now everybody's in my book. So I'll never forget. I don't need to write things down, but hand to paper I love. And I'm writing my story about how Sophie and I met and my wheelchair experience via hand. When I go on my walk of oath, I need t-shirts, I need signs, I need all of that. So I'm ready for the subscriptions to come rolling in, because I need to give the first 200 to the person I promised, and I will need this money to fund this trip to bring awareness. And then hopefully after that the channel will grow, and then I can really get into doing the micro level of the charity. But right now it's kind of the macro that I'm going for, but it has to start at micro. Does that make sense? Okay. So take care of yourselves. I'll do the same. I'm working tonight. I won't be around, but I'll see you tomorrow for some more rap community games or dancing or a commentation. I'm dying to talk about Ozempic really deeply. And the PR campaign that Dr. Phil used with Oprah just about cracked me up from here to Friday. And you know, my mother said 30 years ago, by the time you get to my age, there'll be a pill for people to lose weight, and you won't even have to get surgery to look younger. But I am sticking with the old-fashioned way of working out. If I had money, would I get Botox? I still say no right now, because it takes away the natural aging process. But the dilemma that women face nowadays, how is the youth, because everything is young, beautiful, shiny, including YouTube channels. People don't like to sit and watch me gab away with no makeup and my hair not done. Most people, you know, especially most people. My face is not asymmetrical, so it's not beautiful to look at. I'm not ignorant to who I am and science, right? Oh, there's my car. Oh no, that's a robin. So many robins here. I ought to phone Larry to see if the pool is open yet, though. Anyways, that's why I was glad that the channel started slow, because my brain was a little foggy too. But I'm clear as a bell. I'm ready for it to grow. Please like, please subscribe, and comment. And comment and likes help the algorithm. Even if you don't want to subscribe and see my mug every day, you can subscribe and turn notifications off. It won't cost you a cent. And then you can turn it on in 6 months and see where we are. and that you're a part of it. Because I think this is going to be oh, that looks cool. Hang on. Can you see that? It's like the sun. There's like a halo and a sun right there. Please let the sun go down on me. Sarah, you don't have to get me a light for my birthday, okay? Because I'm not telling you when my birthday is. See, if you go like this, if you do this, see, I know, if you do this, but you make it so that you're really sitting like this, then that could be a camera trick without using a filter. There's no filter on this. Can you tell? Oh, look at sofas. I asked those neighbors if I could come swimming in their pool, but they didn't invite me. Wonder why. All right, I gotta wake up my mother now, for heaven's sakes. Okay, take care of yourselves. I'll do the same, and that is a wrap. Welcoming, respecting aspects of all people, and as Trevor says, in society. Okay, thank you. Trevor, I don't think I can go live today, but we will tomorrow. And I've got to get the books. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for watching.